Illegals have been given a deadline to legalize their status here in the Bahamas or face deportation by the end of the year. The Prime Minister made the announcement Wednesday in Parliament, which has already drawn public feedback. But Immigration Minister Brent Simonet says the law is clear on status in the Bahamas and that the government is taking the lingering illegal migration response to another level. Kishla Adderley reports.
It is serious. This is not playtime.
That characterization of the response this time around to a problem that's been confronted repeatedly with varying degrees of success. Immigration Minister Brent Simonet says there's no question over the law despite the variation of personal stories.
Let's say we came here at 3, went through our school system, they're now 33, been working here. They would have had the right to apply and they should have applied. If they haven't, they need to apply. But what I also want to make sure is no one has a fear of walking up to immigration, knocking on the door and saying, I am here to apply. Please do that, because if you don't, January 1, there'll be a different consequence.
Pastor Kevin Pierre is hoping illegals among his congregation are clear on what he concedes is an uncomfortable but fair request.
The government gave a deadline. We have to encourage the people to do the right thing and the best thing.
Pastor Sherlis Exante doesn't disagree, but reflecting on similar requests under the Ingram administration, wants the government to consider this.
Give not only the deadline, but they also give them a possibility for the people who was there a long time to prepare to fill an application to have the residency, or those who can qualify to have a work permit.
Work permits, Immigration Minister Brent Simonet says, represent the bulk of immigration applications, among about 4,000 monthly requests. That has led him to consider increasing work permit fees.
They haven't been increased for years. So if those are the avenues that the most offenders on being deported, maybe that cost has to be borne by.
But keeping a cap on those permits is a different story, and this may be the start of getting a handle on the mushrooming numbers.
If you have 10,000 houses, let's say there's only half of them will have live-in stuff. So you only, well, it's a third. So, and we can start by really broad strokes of those numbers and say when we hit X number of people, there will be no new people. Now, it's easy to start that at a January reporting requirement. So when you work the number of work permits issued, you will know each month. I'll know each month how many work permits. And
$1.5 million has been allocated for repatriations. Since it took office, the Minnis administration has conferred about 400 citizenships. By the new year, many more may be forced to seek out their eligibility for this or another legal status, or face the consequences. Kishla Adderley, ZNS Network News.